Good morning. Discord video guide tutorial, how to use Discord, primarily looking at our channels in the QDB. So you probably see a channel and roles screen when you sign up, or you might see a rules screen, but the channel and roles is quite useful if you can see this, and you can just simply select things and then they can appear. So for example, say if you wanted to ask questions, you would click that and then you get enrollment and trial details, and then you'll click your icon, and then you would be enrolled into the QDB classroom. So you click the male or female, and I'm added to the QDB newbie, and by adding that role to your profile, then you'll get access to the QDB classroom. So it's quite cool. So another thing you can do, and if you want to leave the classroom, you just simply come back here and then you click that, and then that should theoretically remove, but because I'm the owner of the server, I'm going to see it anyway. Okay, so just to say, just going to give you like a drop down view of it. So there's some options there, so you click that and you get access to the QDB entry and exit strategy channel, which is quite useful. There's your public chat, so if you wanted to ask in the public chat, which is there. But if you didn't, that's fine, you can just click that anyway. Oh, it's there anyway, but and then that gives you access to the video guides and tutorials. Now, one thing you might want to do, you might just want to show all channels. And the reason for it is that you might not have access to the important things that we're doing, like for example the robot testing. So right click and then show all channels, and then that will then therefore show you everything that's available. So just a breakdown really, just the risk stuff here. So obviously we need a risk disclaimer. The important thing is you do not risk money you cannot afford to lose. Now, I found in my experience the best traders are the traders that can afford to lose, because they're not really so much really worried about the outcome. Because if you've got a plan and you've got your stop loss and you've got your TP, if you can afford to risk that money, the SL isn't really painful. But if you've put all your money into trading and you haven't got any source of income, then that's going to be quite stressful when you get to the SL, right? So if you've got disposable income, the SL, the stop loss, doesn't really matter too much, and then therefore it's one less stressful thing in your life. And so one guy in the QDB service, he did really well this week. He made 1 million yen. So you put that into your local currency, it's a lot of money, but the thing is he could afford to lose that money, and so then therefore if he can afford to lose that money from the stop loss, it doesn't really matter. It takes a whole load of stress away from your trading. So I also remember the plan as well, when you need a plan. So the thing is, people will join the QDB service and think they're going to be automatically successful, and then they'll probably leave the QDB service. They'll be wiser, they'll learn about the sentiment, but they can inevitably might lose money because they don't have a plan, right? So it's really important that you've got like a plan of attack, what you're going to trade, when you're going to trade, what you're going to avoid, and have an idea about your risk to reward. I'm going to be looking for a free R, so my reward is 3 times what I'm prepared to risk. But like I say, you can join QDB, you will learn a lot of stuff, but you might actually lose money long term because you don't have a plan, So I've seen it quite a lot. We've had a lot of people come and go, and they'll leave, they'll learn a lot of stuff, but they could inevitably get chewed up because they've got no plan, right? So that's so important. Risk management videos are multiples and position sizes. They are incredibly useful, so do watch those videos. Trading system, basically without having a plan, you'd enter at the red light, and 90% of traders probably would enter at the red light, and then of course by crossing the traffic, crossing a busy road with the red light, you're going to encounter a lot of pain, basically. So you want to make sure things are aligned. make things are aligned, and then you're going to be good to go. But then once you've crossed the road, you'll be really careful. Now a lot of traders just jump in and they enter at the red light, and then they get chewed up. So one of the things that we recommend the QDB service is the having orders, to place orders, so you allow price to get to you as opposed to you chasing price. Okay, trading plan, like I say, incredibly important. Without a plan, you're likely going to be submerged and underwater. And there's your doc, which you must own, and make it your own. Okay, so you save it to your to your Google profile. Save it to your desktop, but what you're going to do is reword everything in there. Then you're going to own that document, okay? And then by having something in there, then you've given yourself a rule set. Now, without any rules, what you're going to do, it's basically Wild West. You're entering at the red light, you're crossing the road when you shouldn't be. You're going to get hit by a car, and you're inevitably going to lose money. So you do need a plan. Very, very important. See, my plan for me is to buy indices when they're low on the technical scores, which I can show you, and then I'm going to look to descale when the scores are high. So this is my plan, okay, once it loads. So this is why the spreadsheet's really useful. It gives us an eagle-eye view about risk. And see, I'm on the Wi-Fi, so really it shouldn't be doing this, but wait, maybe we'll come back to that. We'll come back to this. It's a large document. Here we go. So what we want to come is to this, right? This technical risk calc. What I'm doing, what I'm recommended that everyone does, is that we're going to get that nice and low, and then we're going to buy, pending that this remains green. Okay, that's fine. There's some spillover from the cut over from last night. That's fine. Everything will get reset tonight because it's Saturday, and it gets reset for the week ahead. So we'll wait for that to get nice and low, and then we're looking to buy a pendant that this remains green. It is worth noting on Friday morning we were 80 out of 100, but then we had a huge dump in risk and we're 40. So scaling out at 80 would have been a good plan. Okay, so that's my plan. It's quite simple, and of course I'm then looking at bond yields, FX, I'm looking at the VIX, I'm looking at the dollar, and it's all giving me an idea about where things are heading in terms of risk appetite, like yen as well, AJ, Euro, Oz, things like that. That will help me in assessing where we're going to risk appetite. Okay, so that's just something that I recommend that you do. Wait for that to get nice and low, as long as this remains green, and then you're good to go, and then you're looking to scale out about 80, 90 or 100, okay? I don't think we've got to 100 before. And there's that thing that I showed you at the very beginning. You're going to click that to enroll into QDB Classroom. Now, you're more than welcome to ask any questions in there. I'd prefer it if you ask questions in there as opposed to direct messages, okay? Because I get like a billion messages, indirect messages. That's also quite cool. About at the QDB, we were in the top 15 Telegram channels, which is cool. Live prices, we keep an eye on the VIX. If that goes higher, then we'll be risk off. If it goes lower, we'll be risk on. And we closed higher, so we were there for risk off. Okay. Bubble deviation. This is from the daily bubbles, so they're useful. FX, probably don't need to really talk too much in there because that's quite self-explanatory. This was a good thing. I kind of asked Marco if he could look at AJ for us, and he did a chart, and it was really cool because we got the AJ signal on our robot, and Marco's like, well, if you look at the 8 hour, we've got some decent resistance. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And that was a whole weight off my mind because I really wanted the robot to be profitable, and it was a lot. It was a good team effort, so that's cool. So it's self-explanatory. Same with commodities and gold. These will be updated once a day. There's the buy on gold that we had. That we created the herd created a demand, so we came up. And when they buy, they'll create a supply. Okay, when they sell, demand. When they buy, supply. These will be updated daily. This is updated daily. So the yields rose. Now if the treasury yields rose, they'll help the dollar. That's important, the correlation there. Crypto, self-explanatory. QDB videos, self-explanatory. Daily bulletin, obviously daily, and that'll give us an overview about where risk is heading. I suppose ideally this would be updated more frequently, but it's actually quite an effort to do it. So probably be looking to automate that if possible, because we were 80 in the morning, but if we had this kind of analysis for New York, you would have seen we dropped. But you can always just check the spreadsheet. Okay, so it's not really too much of a problem. Trade recommendations, and we focus on the signals currently, so I'm spending my time and energy on the robot. Trading chat, so you have to be a member for that. If you're a moderator, we can talk in there, but that's actually quite quiet because everyone's just chatting in the trading chat. But if any of the moderators have got any issues, we can talk in there. Any other business is important because the trading chat goes in here. It's got to be trading chat, and anything that's not trading chat has to go in here, because people just put photos of their dog or their holiday, and it's not really supposed to go in here. It's supposed to go here, right? Photos, football, films, anything like that, it can go in there. So general requests is a place that you could enter if you've got questions, or requests, because the questions really should go in the classroom, but requests, like an idea how to improve the service, can go in there. Trading tips, the choppy markets, do not trend, like trended markets. So you've got to be careful, and it's all about the accumulation and a trending in a consolidation. When you're going sideways, it's just accumulating positions, and we're going to see a distribution. It's the Wyckoff view of the market. It's basically compression and then release, and then we're going to inevitably see a huge decompression and a distribution after the choppy market. So you've got to be really, really careful, because what will happen, it'll take you by surprise, and it might happen while you're asleep, and when you wake up in the morning you'll be like, oh bloody hell, I got stopped out. Or if you're crazy, you won't have a stop loss and you'd be undergoing a huge drawdown. So the risk management is so important. COT reports done weekly. This is the pound analysis. Now you can probably imagine what had happened. Look at the pound this week, and I was kind of suspecting we might do this, but we'll get confirmation tomorrow for the COT data video. Ralgo AI is very cool because we can do all sorts of nice things in here. Anyone's welcome to use this, but you've got to be a member of the QDB. So we can do price prediction, watch list commands, support resistance, charting, screener, company financial information, market sentiment, news, channel setup commands. That doesn't really apply for you guys. That's more for me. And then that's basically to say, where do you want the things. This is a Ralgo AI thing here, and so that's really useful, really cool. We're not on a free tier, so we've got unlimited queries, and I've got the enterprise edition, so everyone can use it. It's really important that everyone's welcome to use this, because this is costing me money, right? Chart patterns, it's just basically chart patterns. Basically, they're not signals; they're just insight. And a bearish harami on dollar Swiss, which is interesting. So you have to just do a Google about what these particular things mean, and it'd be quite useful, educational. Voice chat, MetaTrader 4 indicators, MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 EAs, expert advisors. That's the testing, and this is just recommended EAs. Affiliate links, which you're probably aware of. We've got a QDB code. Got an IC Markets affiliate link, which you're welcome to use that. And we've got a Ralgo AI affiliate link. And if you want to pay BTC and join us, you can do that. And this is the important thing. This is why we need to do right click, show all channels, because we've got the QDB testing in here. And just to say, this is the interesting thing that we had on Fridays, that we had the sell signal on Aussie yen. And this is the Asia range, and we had the bubble extremity signal here, and we did fall, and it went quite well. And the thing was, I we did maybe TP a bit early, but we had such a huge success for this new version of the robot. I was quite happy to exit. So, and there's me being quite happy. It's supposed to be a nod meme, but you know, you get the idea. Changes as well. Just how to use. So this was a new change with the color coding, right? It's on the QDB scores, so that anything there, any changes going there, and ideas which we've not populated. I've not populated that for a while, so we could probably populate that. We had owly bubbles, but it just caused a lot of mayhem with the sheet, so we removed the owly bubbles, but that's fine. Privacy settings and video guides and tutorials, and there's the FXCM trading station video guide, how to install, video guide, indicators, gradient background, the alert for the crossover, which is amazing, and all of this stuff. I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, and the nice things that we've got the trading books down there too, and that's it. So there's a lot to it, and you can understand why we have gone to Discord, because you couldn't possibly ever put that into Telegram, alright? And if you think about it, approach Discord like you would for the Windows Explorer, where you've simply got folder structure. So you're probably going to click on, I don't know, and then you click in there, right? And then if you want to get out, you just simply click the left menu again. So desktop, downloads, and then you go into the folder, look what you want, and if you want to go out, you can, and then that's it. So what I recommend is that you would mute the server, because it's very busy, and then so what you do when you open Discord, then you'll see the channels that have got white. If they're populated in white, then they've had information in that particular channel, and then therefore you won't get notified, alerted, because there's a lot. It can get quite busy, and if you are particularly interested in maybe Aussie, then you can look at it. If you're not, you can just mute it. You know, it doesn't really matter. So mute the whole server. When you open Discord, you'll see things have been emboldened in white. If you're interested, click it. If you're not, don't worry, you don't have to open it. And just to say lastly, as a quick tip to posting, ideally is that we put things into the appropriate categories. So if it's the euro pound, it would go into the euro, and it wouldn't go into the pound channel. And it really probably shouldn't really go into the trading chat, because we've actually got individual compartments for the FX, okay? And so dollar yen really should be going in the dollar index, but it can also probably go in the yen. It's not like a strict rule, it's just more of a guideline. So it must go in there, but really it's up to you. If you're populating information for us, then it's appreciated, so it doesn't really matter too much. So but yeah, we've got lots of nice analysis in here, and that was really good. So if you join the Discord, watch this video in the pound channel. He absolutely nailed this decline in UK house prices. It was really spooky, and this is obviously made before this. He predicted this fall in there. So I'll wrap up now. Just remember to approach it like Windows Explorer. It's quite simple, and you can always go back out of that folder, and then you go to your menu on the left, and that's it. So have a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow for the COT data, and then I've got Monday off, which would be really nice, and I'll be back probably Tuesday. So have a good weekend. I'll speak to you soon. I just realised there's some important details. Your direct messages are in there. So obviously that's how you select your, that's how you can talk to me basically. And when you enrol into the QDB, you'll be given a message about rules, and so we've got an automated thing. It's just really for risk disclaimer. And then lastly, it's the boosting of the server itself. So that would be amazingly appreciated. We'd want to get to we want to get these boosts, so then therefore we got all these extra lovely additional bonuses for the Discord server, like better quality audio, better quality video, unique URL invite, which would be cool, so we don't have this like gobbledygook invite. We can have like discord.gg/QuasiDB or QDB, and then they'll have a unique invite link. So if you want to boost, you'd be more than welcome to do that, and I'd really appreciate it. By also being a server booster, you unlock a lot of channels on here as well, so it could be worth your while, and I would certainly appreciate it. And then that's the wrap up of the video. So Discord direct messages that can be found on the top left, and the server booster is done by clicking there. And unfortunately I can't boost it anymore because I'm capped. I tried to, but I'm not allowed. It's something to do with the Google Play or something, I'm not quite sure. So basically, if you can boost, that'd be amazing, but if not, not to worry, but we would really, really appreciate it. And also we've got a forum there as well, so it's something you can have a look at. I've opened it for everyone, so feel free to post some stuff in there. And that's it. I'll speak to you guys soon.